Right now, you're sitting alone in a corner of the room. Surf the phone screen completely free. No one's looking at your back. No one judges your crooked champion. And there's no AI jumping in and asking you stupid questions. Modern society. To give you a supreme power called privacy, you have your own bedroom. There's a toilet with a lock on it, with noise-canceling headphones. And there's the power of pretending. There is no home when the doorbell rings. But let's stop for 3 seconds and let me plant a question in your head. Can cause insomnia. What happened before all of that was invented? A time when you had to live in a cave. It's cramped with 30 other people, all on the same floor. He breathed an air full of sweat to share each heating fire. If you suddenly feel tired, I just want 5 minutes of quiet to myself. Where are you going? When there is no wall, there was no door to close. The history of privacy before having a private room. It's a lot weirder and more cruel than you can imagine. Let's turn back the clock. About 200,000 years ago, period of Homo sapiens ancestors. We've been through most of history. People live by hunting and gathering. They're constantly moving by the herd, 20-50 people in search of food. What does this mean? That is, since the time. Until you never close your eyes and your hands. What is being alone? You wake up around people. You eat in front of a crowd. You cry, you laugh, you argue with your lover. It all happened in the presence of the same group of people, day after day for a lifetime. Archaeologists digging through the cave. The ancient cave has found a shocking truth. They absolutely didn't find any traces of partitions or individual bedrooms. There's only a pile. The ashes of a great fire in the middle. And there's an empty background where the whole tribe would laying on top of each other to sleep like a pack of puppies. So the question is, the old man, do you crave privacy like we do? Or that's the need, the luxury that modern humans later painted themselves. Many people, race has come to the tribes isolated in the Amazon or Papua New Guinea to find the answer. And they found out these tribes really have no concept about their physical privacy. They sleep together. Shared showers, do everything in the shared space. And there's no writing mechanism how to hide information or his behavior with the tribe. Don't rush to romanticize. That way of life is free, because the flip side of it is a real nightmare. When there is no private space, your actions are turned into public property. You sneeze the wrong way, the whole tribe will come back to talk. You're in a bad mood. You want to cry alone. The answer is impossible, because there aren't any nooks and crannies. What on earth are you allowed to be sad alone? So why are they? I can take that pressure without going crazy. They've invented an ultimate weapon. It's not brick, but by Act 6, scientists call it civil blindness. It's a silent knife. A deal. Silence among the people of the tribe. It means I'll pretend I didn't see it. Not hearing and not knowing what you're doing, even though I'm standing right next to you, and you'll do the same for me. It's like two strangers standing in an elevator, narrow in the 21st century look, staring at the ceiling, home, and pretend the Kia doesn't exist. The ancient people survived. By turning, my eyes become invisible walls. If that AI breaks this rule, deliberately peddling malice, or forcing others into confrontation, that person will be seen as a threat to our unity. They can be expelled from the tribe. At that time, being deported meant death. So the first privacy of humanity, it's in the eyes of others. They chose to be blind in an educated way, to survive together. It's starting to get complicated. Complexity and variation. The revolution. Agriculture exploded about 10,000 years ago. People stopped running in the fields. They started growing rice, breeding and settling one place and the moment you own a piece of land, a warehouse, some cows, you immediately realize you need something, the real wall. Because of the nature of privacy, it's control. Take control of your property, control of your information, and control your body. You can't control anything. If any AI can get its feet into your home at any time, at 9,000-year-old archaeological sites, such as in Turkey, they saw a strange sight. The houses are built close, wall to wall. There's no way back. People have to climb the ladder and go into the house with a hole in the roof. But as soon as you walk through that hole and get inside, the structure of space has completely changed. Instead of an empty cave-like background, the house is clearly divided. There is a raised platform. There is a cooking area. They have separate food storage. The house is turned into a box of blockades. Contains what I am and human property. But there's an object that's been pushed out. The margins of this privacy revolution. That's the kids. At that time, one AI thought that children needed their own space. Child sleeping in the same bed with their parents. I have seen from the beginning to the end all the rage, every hour of our battles of sickness and disease, and also the sensitive adult sex scenes, without any filters at all. Space in the house is a resource. It's too expensive to share with a child. So the old kids, how did you seek privacy? If adults use architecture and walls, children use a different kind of power. It's time and movement. They search privacy during periods of shepherding. Go get water by the stream, or gathering alone on the edge of the forest. But lonely work, that's the door. Guide them to escape from the supervision of adults, to go into your own inner world now. Let's be honest. To touch on a topic that the AI also no one dared to talk to the bathroom. If you want to know the privacy of a text, how smart is it? Let's look at their latrine. For thousands of years, the secretion happens in a completely natural way. Anywhere and anytime the body speaks up. No glass room, no scented paper, no awkward silence, to the time of the mighty Roman Empire. The peak of human civilization with the road system, bridges, and the Great Law. Going to the bathroom is still an experience. Connect the community. The Romans built public toilets called toilets. Forik, those are the big rooms along the wall. Our long stone benches are punched in a series of round holes next to each other. Below is a line, running water to roll waste away. And you can guess what they're doing sitting there. They sat close together. There's no partitions, no curtains. They've solved the sadness. Just turned to greet an acquaintance. Talk about politics sign. Combining economic contracts and exchanging the most rules. Exciting of the day. The Romans were not ashamed of it. They're even proud, because there is a system. It's cleaner than the rest of the world, of course. This rule doesn't apply to the super rich. From ancient Egypt to Rome, money is always the first thing to buy privacy, while the poor have to wish in one-room mud brick houses. Then the nobles. Egypt has built multi-room villas. They have their own living room in the front. There are invisible walls. Stop the stranger. Enter the family living area in the back. And of course they have potty, private toilet, and having slaves cleaned soon after the fecal. Socialization begins to be determined by the distance from the gate into your bedroom. The rise of large cities such as Uruk in Mesopotamia. With 50,000 people pushing the desire for privacy becomes a legal battle. When too many people are crammed into a tight space, conflicts over living space will erupt all the time. And that's the world's oldest law code, the Hammurabi Law. 1754 BC, he was born to protect privacy. The law is very clear, the house of a citizen. It's an impenetrable space. Anyone who dares to break into someone else's house, unauthorized persons will receive an extremely cruel He will be executed on the spot, and his body will be buried straight into the wall of the house that he was about to break into. The ancient Greeks divided the world into two distinct halves, the agora, public square where men show power, his fame and presence, and oikos, family space, a private shelter. However, the privacy of Greece is a prison for women. Women attends forced to live in hiding, jerking in the deepest rooms of the house. They're deprived of the right to appear in public because society at the time equated the face of women with Greek moral transformation. Greece has a word for that. People who only have my head in my private world. They don't care about the public. That's idiot, and that's the root of the word. Idiots in modern English for them. Living too privately, isolated from the community. It's a kind of social death. But there is a civilization. I've come to see the ultimate nature of privacy. Not in the body, but in the mind. Ancient flowers of the Zhou dynasty. The Confucian philosophers created a ritual system called the glass. It specifies the details of each bow. Every word sent. Only you when facing your superiors. With parents or on the street. It's like a giant theater show. That AI also has to be involved when it comes out of society. But Confucianism also understands that wearing a perfect mask all day, it's a very exhausting thing. So they consider the private house is the only place. Let people take off their masks. Come out to be true to yourself. To nurture the most sincere feelings with his wife and children. 4. They recognize a truth that precedes the age of 25 centuries. You can't be real in public. The public demands performance, and only private space. It is a place of preservation. The truest part of you, the Roman. Later, they adopted that idea and put it into law. Everyone's home is the safest place to be. They protect privacy by law, by architecture. Domus two-class public-private pronounced. More important than the ancient people. Discover the technologies to protect our inner world. These are secret diaries. Hand letters are for one reader only. The great Roman politician Cicero, in letters to a close friend, Atticus has emerged as a human being, completely different compared to the figure of a great orator on the floor. In the letter, he appears to be a worried man, suffering for losing you. They are afraid of power and always doubt themselves. The privacy of his language saved his soul. Give him a space to be weak. Self-love has never been a natural thing. Looking back on history, it's always a fight between individuals and communities. In prehistoric times, we used VI to cover each other's eyes. In agriculture, we used brick to build walls. In the empire, we used the law to protect our entrances. But the hard truth is, for thousands of years of privacy, it's never been shared equally for everyone. It's always been a privilege for the rich. And the slave of La, the horse has to sleep in the hallway, at the foot of the owner's bed. They don't have their own rooms. They don't have dark corners. They are transformed into an entity that must always be ready to serve, and completely deprived of the right to be alone. So the next time you walk into the room, close the door, or simply wear your ears. Listen up so you don't have to hear the noiseless around 4. Remember that you are enjoying one of the greatest product of human civilization, something that billions people in the past have traded sweat, with the weirdness and with the life to shape. Your desire to be alone. It's not a product of a selfish lifestyle. Modern times, it's an echo from thousands of years ago. Of the first prehistoric man standing by the fire. Look around at 30 teammates who are snoring and thinking in my head, I wish I had a quiet moment. You want to keep closing the door and unraveling Other people are hungry, VL. Please click the channel subscription button now so as not to miss the next decoding. Hi, and see you in the next video.